So I just want to come really quick and give just like I said a very quick little update. Sorry I have not been posting the past couple of days. Sorry my cats are making noise. I had a little bit of a health scare but was relieved to find out that I'm not going to need surgery, but that is the reason why I have not been in the gym for the past couple of days and why you have not seen me on here the past couple of days. At any rate, I wanted to really weigh in on this whole Lizzo / sexual liberation movement, and it's so corny, but I do feel the need to weigh in my personal thoughts because of the fact that when I am getting into these discussions and I'm seeing online, there are a lot of discussions about it. People are just really being like disingenuous, and they're like, oh, well, we all have a past. We all kind of went through that where we thought casual sex and random sex was okay. And I just want to say, like, no, we all did not. I mean, I'm not going to sit on here and try to put myself as though I have all of this sexual morality, righteousness. But I can tell you, and any of my friends can tell you, from the time that I was 9-10 years old, just the idea of effing randoms never appealed to me. And when I say 9 and 10 years old, I'm being very truthful. Like, we were having talks at 9 and 10 years old. I remember when Mike Tyson got really popular. I was like, I want to say 10 or 11, and there were definite talks. I mean, with elementary and middle school age girls about what being with Mike Tyson must be like, how powerful he was. There were some girls that were talking after they saw him on Arsenio, and they were like, oh, I would be, he can TKO me. And the talks were very graphic, and we were 19 years old, and I was just like, if he was like into marrying me, and they were like, what are you talking about? Like, he's not going to marry like us, But it was really something that these girls at 9 and 10 years old could speak so freely about wanting to be with him sexually, but not wanting to. Y'all see my little, I'm doing a little Christmas glow, a little holiday shimmer, if you will. But they could fully talk about wanting to be sexually involved, but when you threw marriage and you threw relationship in there, they were just like, that's just crazy. Like, that's not the fantasy. And for me, it always was. Some of you might notice I rock this every day. This is my personal cufflink. I used to have on both wrists. I lost the other one. I don't know what happened to it. But they're Michael Jordan wristbands, and I loved Michael Jordan growing up. Don't get me wrong, but I admired him. I didn't want to be with him sexually. I admired him. But the person that I did want was Scottie Pippen. I was in love with Scottie Pippen for years. And so much to the point that when R. Kelly married Aaliyah, I was just like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, yes, there is hope, because I was around the same age. I was like, 13, 14. And I think R. Kelly was about the same age as Scottie Pippen. And his number was 33. And I remember he was like 33. And I'm like, yeah, we're good. This is like perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, Aaliyah was living my dream. And that's the way I thought at 14, 13, 14 years old. And fast forward about, about 14 years later, 14, 15 years later, I did actually meet Scottie Pippen. It was at a Publix of all places in Hollywood. I was a personal trainer at the time. So, honey, the body was okay. It was there. But I remember just none of those feelings came flooding back. I didn't even tell him that I ever had this crush on him. Like, I didn't even feel interested enough to say that to him, And at this point in time, like I said, this is 14, 15 years past back. I think I was it was like 17 years. I was 30 at the time. Yeah, it was about 10 years ago. So I was 30 at the time. And yeah, he I met him and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's amazing to meet you. Definitely admired you growing up, but I did not feel even the yearning to be like, oh, I used to da 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 da. Like, I was like kind of embarrassed that I felt that way. And I was embarrassed to share that with him as a grown man, that here I was, a girl, having these thoughts that this grown man was going to marry me. So I just wanted to kind of weigh in my 2 cents or my 5 minute or 6 minute, worth of whatever, to just say that you should not try to make people feel normal that don't have the desire to sleep around and be randomly interacting sexually with multiple people. I think trying to normalize that culture is one of the biggest destructive tools to creating legacy that we're witnessing in this point in time. And when I say creating legacy, I mean our legacy. I mean African Americans, absolutely. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I think. I am going to jump off of this because, like I said, I am on my way to an event. But good until next time. Glow up.